Hi, today we're going to have a look at MySQL statements. First one will be insert into select with a subquery, and the second one will be transaction. Let's look at the insert into statement first. But before we go, I'm just going to show you what tables do we have, actually what tables we're going to be working with. First one is at books tables. You should be already familiar with this one because we've been using this table over and over again. So we've got title, price, category, author, and quantity, and obviously primary key ID column. Then we have titles table, which has ID, title, and author. So the first statement will go like this: insert into titles, and in the brackets we're going to define which columns we want to insert the records to, which will be title and author. And now subquery, which will be select, and we're going to select title and author from table books. So we're moving records from table books into table titles, only two fields, and we want all of them. We don't specify any where statement here. So let's run the current statement. Now if we go to the titles table, look at the content, you can see all of the records from the books table have been copied into the titles table. So now let's empty our titles table to remove all these new records. So truncate titles, truncate, okay, and now run. Now if we go to the titles, refresh, and you can see the table is empty. Now if we go back to our query window again, this time we're going to have a look at actually how we can duplicate records inside of the same table. Basically, we want several records from a books table to be duplicated with different quantity. So again, we go for insert into books this time, and we specify the columns. ID is a primary key, obviously in our table is auto incremented, so we're going to omit it. And title, then price, then we go for category, then we have author, and lastly we have quantity. So insert into, then we go for select, and now title. Basically we can copy the entire string here. So if we copy all these fields, the only thing is quantity we want to replace. We don't want the quantity to be the same as the records which are currently in the database. We want to put, let's say, 100 of them. So obviously make sure that if you put the value rather than field name, then obviously enclose this within the standard single quotes rather than back quotes. Then we go for the from books table, and this time we're going to provide a where statement. So where ID is in, and now we define which records we want to put. So ID1, ID2, and ID3 only. So all these IDs will be duplicated, and the quantity of their associated with these records will be set to 100. So now if we run the current statement, now if we go to the content, we need to refresh our books table, and there we go. 1, 2, 3 records. So we've got logo design, PHP and MySQL composition. There we go, logo design, PHP, MySQL composition, and the quantities are set to 100. So that's how we work with the insert into using the select statement. Let's move to the next video and have a look at the transaction.